Hello everyone and welcome to the Northside Indoor Sports Centre, the home of the Northside Wizards and your host for the River City Rebound. It's game number 2. We've got the Perth Lynx taking on the Sydney Flames in this one after a great opening game won by Townsville over Adelaide. I'm John Guarna. I'm joined tonight by Despina Dickerson and former WNBL player Nadine Payne. Guys, we saw an amazing first game. I've got high expectations for this one, but a couple of new look groups in this matchup with a few players out as well, similar to what we had in the first game, but it should be a great matchup. What are you looking forward to in this one, Des?
Yeah, look, I think it's going to be really exciting, kind of the first look that we get it at both teams, and obviously, as you said, not complete teams yet, but yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what we're going to be able to expect from the teams.
And a couple of big additions for both of these groups. Sydney has some big players still to come in, but they still have a lot of firepower, Nadine.
Yeah, absolutely. So Nicholson obviously moved from the Fire from last year. Same with McSpadden. I'm excited to see how this team pulls together. Obviously, they're missing Kayla, Tess, and their import tonight. And Perth, another big change with Maylee moving from Bendigo. I'm excited also to see what their structure is going to look like.
It's funny because we can't quite tell just yet, but yeah, it's going to be good.
Well, preseason wise, and I was talking to Coach Ryan Petrick from the Perth Lynx pregame. Obviously, a new group. He knows that it's not going to be exactly where he's at, but you don't really want to show too much either in the preseason, do you? So we don't know if we're going to get the full arsenal, but I really like what this Perth group has done, re-upping and renewing through Annalie Maley. And I also know that we got Mila Goodchild, a local Brisbane player, joining this Perth Lynx group. I'm expecting big things out of her because I do think that it's a great opportunity for her. She had a great off-season in the NBL 1 down south. I think that she could have a big one here tonight and the big season ahead of her.
Yeah, that's it. And again, she's another year in, growing in confidence, every game that she plays at this level as well. And, this preseason is also a great opportunity, for her to showcase what she can do and what she can bring to this team.
And Nadine, we didn't even talk about Amy Atwell from Perth. She had an amazing offseason. She won the NBL 1 National Championship with Bendigo, had a huge nationals competition, and she also, the captain of Perth, probably looking for a big season ahead of her.
Absolutely. She was really impressive to watch at Nationals. Just a really nice shooter. Really nice shooter. So I'm excited to see what Ryan's got in his bag for her, to see if we can get her some nice looks early.
Coach Petrick told me they are going to play up and down. They're looking to play fast, so we could be looking at another high-scoring affair. Let's take a look at the referees for tonight. We've got Alex McEwen, Maddie Crowley-Long, and Seppi Majoub are our referees tonight. The starting lineups, you see Perth out there. You've got Mila Goodchild, Ari McDonald, Emily Potter, Annalie Maley, and the captain, Amy Atwell. Sydney is going to answer with the newly appointed captain, Lauren Nicholson, Vanessa Panousis, Emma Clark, Kira Rowe, and Lara McSpadden. So 2 new faces in the starting lineup here tonight for Sydney. McSpadden, familiar with this Wizards group. She took on the Northside Wizards in the NBL 1 North Championship. The Wizards, though, came away with the win. Not too much to do with our co-commentator Nadine Payne. She didn't have much to say in that one, did she?
I don't know. I think she did a little bit there.
She certainly did, and we see Maley making a presence felt on the glass already. Offensive rebound, put back no good. And we are underway, and you see right away Perth looking to play aggressive early. I like it. Here is McSpadden handing off for Nicholson, steps back, jumper strong. Maley again, kicks ahead. McDonald layup is good. And that is exactly what we're going to expect to see from Perth here tonight. They want to get up and down the court.
Yeah, that's it. And a really great way, great explosive way to kind of to come out and really set the pace as well.
Head coaches tonight, we talked about Ryan Petrick. It's Guy Malloy for Sydney as well. And a really good matchup here between coaches and teams. This is going to be exciting. I feel like that we could get a sense of what this game is going to be like already, because you see both teams playing at pace. Panousis swings it now. Nicholson hesitates, picks up the dribble. Goes inside, McSpadden, turnaround jump shot off the side of the rim. Offensive rebound is good. There is Nicholson with the left hand, strong again. Maley another rebound, and she wants to run. Draws some contact, pulls up and misses. Nicholson inside, finishes through the contact, and showing the versatility in the game. You give her the jump shot, she'll take it, but if you give her some space, she will attack it.
Yeah, that's the tough thing about her. She can do it all over the floor.
And here is Nicholson on the replay. You just see no help defense, no contest. That was too easy. Can't finish the three-point play. Another rebound for Maley. She's got 4 already. We're about 2 minutes into this one. McDonald isolated on the wing. Swings it to Atwell, fires. It's off. Panousis reverses it. Nicholson at the elbow, goes inside. McSpadden, nice catch and finish.
That's just really, really great ball movement and vision there as well.
Great look from McDonald inside for Potter. That early look for Perth. Here's Clark going baseline on Goodchild, turns around, fades, short on the jump shot. Maley with her head up, kicks ahead to the point guard McDonald. Nice look inside, Potter fouled. But man, you love the vision out of the point guard McDonald.
You do, and Perth are just doing such a great job at running the ball and attacking the basket and taking their option when it's there. They just want to push, and right now I don't think Sydney has kind of been able to quite adapt to that or really stop it yet.
I love the early kick ahead to McDonald from Maley. That early pass really puts the defense under pressure. Potter missed that first one. Second one rattles in, so 3 points here for Potter early. Her team up 1. Rowe to Nicholson at the elbow. They're going to reset through Panousis. She picks up the dribble under pressure. 3 rattles in for Clark. That's a nice catch and shoot. McDonald kicking out. Maley hesitates, then gets inside to flip it in. Man, they play fast, Perth.
Really fast. Really fast. I like it, though. I like it.
And they're obviously quite comfortable in that pace as well.
Clark gets her own miss and puts it in. Sydney likes that matchup. They're going to Clark quite early and often. Maley's fouled by Rowe. Want to get some of the floor wipers out here to get a moisture on the court. Seppi Majub, the referee, testing it with his shoes.
Yep,
Come
feels
on,
all right.
Seppi, get the towel out.
Seems all right.
2-point lead for Sydney. At 3.5 into this one. Here is Goodchild. Steps through with the one-hand floater short. Maley, look at her get down on the floor and chase that one from her knees. That's effort right there.
She'll do anything to get the ball. I love it.
Wipe the floor again. I respect the hustle. I do.
Yeah. Annalie Maley has 5 rebounds here already. One of them offensive. She nearly got that 6th one there.
That's it. You cannot fault her hustle at all.
And Maley, a former WNBL MVP. She's led the league in rebounding twice, and you see why with the effort she puts in.
She just has a nose for the ball.
Here is Nicholson reversing it out. 3-point attempt off the back of the rim, and here comes McDonald with it. Hands off for Goodchild, who hesitates, goes right to the rim and flips it in.
Great drive.
Clark has hit 1, can't make it 2. Panousis goes to the left hand, gets in the paint, puts it up and in. That's a good take.
It's a nice take, yeah.
Maley lost it. Look at Potter, though, chase down the loose ball. Goodchild catch and shoot off the back of the rim. Perth wants to settle it down a little bit. They are playing at pace all over the court. Potter, one-on-one with McSpadden, flips it up, no good. But Goodchild there to clean up the miss. Mila's got 4 early. Tied at 11. That's Rowe missing the layup. Goodchild pushing it up court. Flips it out. Atwell, the captain, gets the blocking foul on Clark. It's it's really easy to say playing at pace, but it's more than just the pace that you play at. There is structure to it, isn't there, Nadine?
There is some structure to the perceived chaos, but I really like how Perth have pushed the ball. And when it's in McDonald's hands, it's just, it's really nice. And obviously, Annalie's doing a great job at crashing.
There is McDonald. Yeah. Strong, though, with the left hand. Good spin move to get the look. Foul called on Maley. Bradley in there for the first minutes of the evening for Sydney. She's handling the point guard spot at the moment. Guarded by McDonald. Inside, and a good foul by McDonald. McSpadden going to go to the free throw line for a couple shots, and Lara McSpadden making the move from Townsville down to Sydney, returning home to New South Wales.
Yeah, a big move for her, but also, one I dare say she'd be looking forward to is nothing better than kind of going back to your roots, so obviously very comfortable there. And she's just such a great presence in the paint, and it was exciting to watch her play all the NBL 1 North season, where she was such an integral part for Rocky there. So it'll be exciting to see what she can bring to this Flames team as well.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Lara for the move. I agree, she had a great NBL 1 year, and especially her finishing around the rim was tough. It was so good. So I think she's improved on that so much. So really excited to see that against some of these really elite bigs in the WNBL this season.
I mean, firsthand how tough she was
oh my
guard,
gosh.
right?
My D was great. She was just knocking them down.
Good little pick and roll there from Foster inside to clinch Hoygaard, who will go to the free throw line for a couple shots. Perth going to the bench here early. Oh, I thought, it is 2 shots, isn't it? No? All right, referee's going to have a chat. Referee Alex McEwen and Seppi Majub. Okay, no shots. It's going to be on the baseline. It was on the pass. Here is Forster. Knocked out of bounds off the hands of McSpadden. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock for Perth. Curtin checks in for McSpadden. Forster out to Atwell. Good read by Atwell, leaving her feet strong on the floater.
Oh.
Foster stepping inside. I thought it was a
double dribble.
Referees didn't see it, and Foster taking advantage, going to go to the line for a couple.
I mean, we are not the referees, so.
I say it all the time. I don't know who would want to be a referee.
I couldn't do it.
Nadine, what do you think? Ever consider transitioning from a player to a referee?
Now you're retired. Is that your next move?
No, I was trying to get recruited to be a referee. But no, I do not envy being a ref at all.
Yeah, they do make a lot of tough calls.
A lot of work the referees do off the court. I know referees do almost instant analysis post-game. They're critiquing their own games. They're getting feedback from their own panels of referees. So it is a very thankless job in many ways, but massive thank you to the referees because you couldn't play the game without them. Sydney has that 2-point lead. Panousis kicks ahead for Bradley. Picks up the dribble, skips it. Clark's open for three and hits it. Big hit there.
Flames starting to feel a little more comfortable in their style of play now.
That was Williams, not Clark. Apologies on that one.
Nashea, she played at Townsville last year in a DP spot too, so she's obviously shifted over to the Flames. Really athletic, good shooter.
I mean, that was a confident three. She stepped up to hit a wide open one and a good read as well. I think that's one of the, it's good to be able to shoot it, but to read that the shot is open is also a skill. And that was a great look and a confident look from Williams. I did talk to Coach Guy Malloy ahead of the game, and I said, Coach, what's your expectations for the weekend? And both coaches said things pretty similarly. Want to just build a little unity amongst the group, make sure that we're familiar with getting through our sets, and try to make improvements throughout the game.
Yeah, I think if anything, this tournament is really good for just building up that core of players. And what a good drive as well, just weaving her way through the players there, and a nice little finish as well.
Yeah, Mila, a good child known as a shooter. She shot over 40% from three, but certainly can put it on the deck.
And you can see, obviously, had a really great NBL 1 season, added a few more tricks to her bag.
Here is good child kicking it ahead. Good reversal, catch and shoot three off the back of the rim. Goes out of bounds. Off of Perth, it's going to be Sydney ball. Morell out there for Perth, along with Forster. Got Clinch, Hoycard. Good child out there as well. A little bit of a zone here as Panousis shoots over the top of it. Hoycard with the rebound. Foster putting it on the floor, getting in the paint, gets around the defense. That's a good finish.
It's a great finish.
One of the foul too.
Perth takes a 1-point lead. Panousis on the wing. Now Bradley with it inside. She skips it. Three-pointer off. That's Williams missing the three. Goodchild has it now for Perth. Good little crossover, hands off. Forster inside and out. Good ball movement, leads to a Goodchild three. Off the front of the rim, chased down, and then up and in. That's a great take there from Morell.
Such a great job here from Perth. I think they're doing it both inside, out. Just doing a really great job.
Morell.
Very tough finish there.
Yeah, The offensive rebound almost fell to her, but using the footwork to get the left hand. That's the 5th offensive rebound here in the first quarter for Perth. Something you want to look at if you're Sydney. Morrell missed that free throw attempt. And Panousis kicks it ahead early to Nicholson. Left open for 3, short.
Good hustle by Kira.
McSpadden sets the screen for Panousis, who swings it. Williams hits a 3. That's almost the same exact spot from the first one.
Yeah. And I will say, like, a lot of that comes from how good Lara's screen was just then and her role. So she's drawing so many defenders in, and it leaves Nashea open for the 3. So that's great recognition by Vanessa, too, to kick that ball.
I've heard from a lot of players just how good. I think who'd I have? Steph Reed and Courtney Woods on our Basketball Queensland podcast, and they both mentioned that if they could pick anyone, they would want a screen set from Lara. That's who they want every time.
What's the key to a good screen, Nadine?
Maybe we need to get Lara in post-game and ask Lara that.
All right, we'll see, Lara. You got to put up some numbers for us, though, to get that post-game interview. We're not interviewing you for screens, all right? No offense.
That's good D.
Yeah, good D by McSpadden. Teams are tied at 21. Got about 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Another pretty high-scoring affair. Panousis, long 2, touches the bottom of the net. 2-point lead for Sydney. Perth going to hold for the final shot. Forster gets the screen from Morrell, reverses it now. Catch and shoot for Gorman, misses the 3. Another offensive rebound for Hoykard. Fight for it on the ground. That's going to do it for the quarter. Pretty good first quarter for both teams. Leads to a 2-point lead for Sydney.
Yeah, look, I think both teams have come out really, really strong. You like the energy that they're both playing with. I mean, we haven't really seen anything too settled as of yet, but I think they have quite a similar play in that they like to play with a kind of a fast pace, which, yeah, is going to make this game really exciting. I think we can expect it to see quite close the entire way through.
It'll be interesting to see what team decides to start clamping down on defense. So obviously last game we had a really high scoring game, and I spoke to Shannon after that game and he was not super happy defensively. So yeah, I think it'll just depend who decides they want to play a little bit more defense and keep it under. I mean, ideally you want to keep it under 60, but I mean, we've already scored 21 and 23 points. So
I don't think the total will be under 60, but hey, you never know. Looking at the stats, though, Sydney was able to get quite a few stops, but Perth did a good job on the glass. 6 offensive rebounds, 16 in total. Both teams shooting okay, 36% in the quarter for Perth, as opposed to just under 41% for Sydney. So pretty efficient basketball played for both teams. I want to give a shout out to on the Sydney Flames bench, though. You got assistant coach Renee Garlip, and also a special third assistant coach, Tiana Mankahia, out there with her Sydney Flames crew. Sitting on the bench, they're learning a bit. There was a corporate launch that was put on by Basketball Queensland and the Queensland government ahead of the first game, and Tiana spoke just about trying to make that move from the playing days to not playing and sitting on the bench, and she said she's got a lot to learn when it comes to coaching, that's for sure. What a great experience for Tiana. And great experience because she has so much basketball experience, so much basketball knowledge, and she knows the group as well. So really great to see Tiana out here on the bench with her Sydney Flames crew. And they're up by 2 at the quarter-time break. Looks like both teams are going to come out with their starting lineups. The only one from the bench for Perth, Forster in there at the moment for McDonald. Second quarter is underway, and it's Panousis running the show, crossing over, sees a lane, short on the layup attempt. McSpadden offensive rebound out to Nicholson for 3 off the back of the rim. Maley gets the tip. Here's Goodchild spinning baseline, good read,
Great
and
footwork.
banks it home.
Beautiful work there, and She's just looking really, really comfortable in her game, able to create for herself really well.
Goodchild now with 8 points, 4 of 7 from the field. McSpadden guarded by Maley, goes to the left hand. Goodchild comes up with the rebound. Kick ahead, Potter finishes with the left hand.
They just do a really great job of seeing the floor and pushing the ball up quickly and getting a nice easy transition bucket.
Rowe puts her head down, strong on the layup attempt, and here's Maley with it. Swings it now to Goodchild, and Perth gonna run some half-court offense. Atwell takes a few jabs. Mila Goodchild catch and shoot. Rolls off the rim. Foul inside. It's going to go against Annalie Maley. It's her second personal, I think. Yes. No, first personal. Timeout on the floor. It's going to be a Sydney timeout. Good little time. An interesting one, though, minute 15. That's pretty early for a timeout into the quarter. Interesting. I've never really seen one called so early, especially coming out of the quarter time break.
I mean, I guess here is the time that you know, in preseason tournaments, if you see something that you don't like, it's a perfect opportunity to pull it up and try something different. So, yeah, I've never really seen it that early either, but obviously coach saw something that wasn't quite right and wanted to change up.
Perth out to that 2-point lead now, like we said, about a minute 15, and you see Coach Ryan Petrick in there and talking to him pregame again. This is a great opportunity for him to bring his team out, and we did talk about it in the pregame, the previous game, about how great of an opportunity, not just to play the basketball, but to build that team camaraderie off the court. Because as we know, and we saw with Townsville last season, when you're tight off the court, it transitions onto the court as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's something you want to have, hopefully, before you start the season. You want to try and be the best team that you can be.
That's why I really do think that this blitz is good, because it gives them all an opportunity to bond off the court. They've all flown in. They're in their hotels together. They're doing the team bonding stuff. They're doing recovery. They're going out for dinners.
Nice look inside from Nicholson to McSpadden. We're tied at 25. Nadine, I did want to ask you about that, though, because I really thought one of the things that led to your success with the Northside Wizards was the camaraderie you had off the court as well. And from your own experiences, how important is that to have that bonding as a group off the court, and how does it help you on the court?
I mean, I think it's really important. I do think it's really important, and I think if you look back at a lot of the successful teams that have won championships, their culture and their camaraderie and their connection with the teammates has been really good on and off the court. It's just, it helps if everyone's a good human, you know what I mean? So if you've got good humans around, nice, Spads.
Great look from Panousis as well, and McSpadden having some success in the paint. She's now got 8. Sydney up by 2. Maley catches it, gets all the way to the rim to flip it home. Annalie Maley is a very, very versatile player, isn't she?
Very versatile. She does it, really well on both ends. Very great defensively and offensively.
McSpadden likes the matchup. She's got the mismatch, goes to the right hand. Good recognition by both the Flames and McSpadden on that one. Teams trading buckets at the moment. Mila Goodchild goes to Potter. Good defense from Nicholson. It's an offensive foul called on Potter. Basket will not count. Atwell going to check out. Gorman back in for Perth. 7:13 left in the first half. It's a 2-point game. Panousis swings it to Rowe. Ends up back with the point guard. Panousis, 8 on the shot clock. Finds a cutting Nicholson, stripped by Gorman.
tough, but that was a really great look. Nicholson was cutting right through the key. It was a beautiful pass, but good hands by Perth.
It's good to see Tiana get up and about. She was questioning the referees, so that passion doesn't, you don't lose that passion coming off the court.
It does not change.
Ari McDonald back out there for Perth. Goodchild catches it, shoots. Tipped out of bounds.
Looks like Sydney just kind of shifted into her zone just then, but we'll see if that sticks.
Goodchild inbounds for Maley on the baseline. Jump shot in and out. Clark, good defense. Gorman forced the turnover.
Smothered by Gorman there.
McDonald inside. Potter couldn't handle the pass. Nicholson gets free. Now Panousis, three-point attempt off the back of the rim. Tipped out by McSpadden. Nicholson swings it. Rose open, missed. Tipped around, ends up now with Nicholson. She's wide open. In and out.
No luck on that one, but you know, you really do respect that rebounding effort there as well. I think the Flames are doing such a great job on the glass.
Maley shuffled the feet before she put the ball on the floor. It's a turnover. Sydney up by 2. They're going to the bench again. Bradley going to check back in. Also checking in is Curtin. Timeout, though, for Perth. And a good timeout at that. Both teams struggling a little bit offensively. Both with 6 points about 4 minutes into this one. You got to think Perth again wanting to play at pace, but they got to get they got to get the right looks at pace.
Yeah, I think that's the thing too. Both teams came out, you know, wanting to play this fast-paced game, which is great. But when do you have to kind of adjust and play in the half court and work the ball around and you know, run something to kind of change things up a little bit, to kind of get your shooters open and get scoring kind of flowing.
Well, that's it. The scoring's really died down. So both teams have only scored 6 points in the first 5 minutes of this second quarter. So that'll be interesting to see how they can get some flow. Perth obviously got a lot of their flow in transition in that first quarter. So I would say that they'd be trying to get some defensive stops and then just start pushing it back down Sydney's throat.
I think Perth has been doing a pretty good job defensively in the half court, keeping really Sydney away from the paint. The few times Sydney's been able to get the ball close to the rim is when they've had success.
Yeah, especially with the mismatch. So you'll notice that Perth are trying to switch on the ball screens and then they're trying to X out the big so then the big can take Lara. And then they're trying to kick it early. So if the guard switches on to Lara, then the wing, which was Williams a couple of times, is wide open for that 3.
Let's see if Perth makes those adjustments. Sydney with the possession, up by 2, 5.5 to go in the half. It's Bradley from the elbow, pulling up and hitting. Paige Bradley, first points of the night. Mila Goodchild rolls into 3. Mila's got the jump shot going here. She's into double figures. It's her first 3 of the evening. Then a turnover from Bradley. Paige Bradley coming in off a NBL 1 season with the Hobart Chargers. Had a pretty good season there. She's played professionally in Germany, a total of 5 seasons overseas in Germany. Finishing the foul for McDonald. I didn't even see that one out of the corner of my eye. That was that quick. Clint Horicard checking back in, and Panousis will check in as well for Sydney. Annalie Maley getting the breather for Perth. McDonald completes a 3-point play. Perth has taken the lead by 2. Rose swings it out to Panousis. Jump shot is up. That's a nice looking jump shot there from Curtin, and you give her the opportunity, she's got to take it. Good fake by Clinch Hoycard. Recovered inside. McDonald again finishing and again fouled.
Just such great ball movement. She's very sneaky. McDonald is very quick. You definitely have to watch her, especially coming through the paint there.
There's a bit of a broken play, but a good look on the cut to the basket for McDonald.
Yeah, you definitely have to, you like the way that they played out of that and kind of came out of it, and she was able to draw a foul there and get us off to the line.
So Williams just checked back in for Sydney. She's going to inbound it, so 3-point lead for Perth off the McDonald 3-point play. Just like that, McDonald now has 8 points. Panousis for 3. Cleaned up by Clinch Hoycard. Good child double team. Potter lost it out of bounds. Good double team there, and Sydney switching things up. Gonna double and blitz that ball handler on the screen. Perth up by 3, under 4 minutes now to go in the half. Hurst from the elbow. Missed that one. Another rebound for Clinch Hoycard. She's doing a good job on the glass too. McDonald pulls up and hits. Showing the versatility in her game.
Yeah.
Again, you see Sydney just falling back, not contesting the ball, and McDonald will have a field day if you give her that much space.
Yeah, absolutely. But she's someone that's hard to guard. Obviously, can shoot the ball, and if you give her too much space, she's going to shoot it. And if you don't give her space, she's going to drive it.
Gorman got called for the blocking foul. Curtin and her got tangled up. Curtin takes the inbound. Good dribble handoff. Panousis comes off with steam. Short on the jump shot, though. McDonald with the rebound. Immediately gets her head up. In and out dribble, gets past Panousis.
Every time. How do you stop that?
Well,
she's so quick.
Yeah, we were just talking about it, Des. You play off her and she'll pull up, and then you get up top and she just goes right around you. I know Coach Petrick very excited to have McDonald in the group, and here she is again. Recovered the loose ball. Clinch Hoycard, jump shot is good. She could shoot and rebound. And it is now a 9-point lead, 42-33.
Yeah, I think Perth obviously really comfortable playing with pace. We haven't really seen them. Yeah, if things don't go right for them, we haven't really seen them make too many adjustments. They just keep kind of playing out of it. But I think just on the back of McDonald, she's again just kind of picked them up. I like the defense that they're playing right now, and yeah, things are just starting to fall in place for them.
Yeah, so McDonald was drafted 3rd overall by the Dream in 2021, so she can hoop. So I'm really excited to see her and see what she can do in the league this year. I like her game a lot already. I think that's what Perth needs. And they have the players around her to be able to push the ball, like Goodchild and Maylee. So, and even Potter. Potter's been doing a great job of running the floor for the big girl. So
I think, sorry, just going back to McDonald as well, because she can do so much, she's going to draw so much attention and then leave, players like Miller and, their shooters open who are just ready to let it drop and let it fly.
Yeah, she's been excellent so far here. Erin McDonald leading all scorers with 12 points on 5 of 6 shooting. She's gotten to the free throw line a couple times and hit both of her free throw attempts. Sydney with a few key outs. One of the big signings in the offseason, the WNBL MVP, Kayla George, still to come into this group. And we are not seeing Shanice Swain out there, another great addition to this Flames group. I know someone they're really excited about Someone else really exciting is Annalie Maley, who goes coast to coast to finish and the foul. And that was just a good read defensively by Maley, getting the steal and just going straight to the rack for the finish.
Yep.
And here it is again on the replay. Just really telegraphed that one, did Bradley, and Maley capitalizing it on both ends of the court.
And getting hype about it.
And why not?
We love the hype.
You gotta do that. Sometimes you're hyping yourself up, other times you're hyping the team and the crowd, right?
Absolutely.
Hurst swings it. Bradley now ends up with Curtin. 8 on the shot clock for Bradley. Inside, Curtin turns around, fires and hits.
And Curtin likes that shot.
Free throw line jump shot is beautiful. Short little floater there. It's no good for Forster. I didn't mention Richards, Didi Richards, for the Flames. Also here in attendance, just not suiting up tonight. Not sure if we'll get to see her over the weekend, but also a big weapon for this Flames group.
Yeah, massive key for them. I mean, WNBA all-rookie team in 2021 and drafted 17th by the Liberty. So that's a massive piece for them as well.
Atwell back on their court for Perth. Gets inside, swings it. Clinch Hoycard missed the 3. Good rebound by Hurst. And here comes Bradley with it. Swings it for Nicholson. She shuffled the feet. It was a tough catch. You don't like that one, Nadine? Didn't like that call?
No, I didn't see it, but I need glasses, so I think I'm a bit far away.
I need glasses too. I wear glasses.
I actually have glasses here.
Well, no one can see you with them on, Nadine. We won't post any photos to socials with you with the glasses on.
Oh, she's all right.
Maley okay. After the miss. Hurst inside. Curtin fouled. Not so sure who they're going to give that one to. Looks like it's going to go against Maley, I think. No, Clinch Hoycard, her first. Tash Morrell back in for Perth. Maley going to get a breather. I was going to say I would lend you guys my glasses, but you'd probably go even more blind because I am blind as a bat without them. Curtin checks and goes to the free throw line. She's been pretty good in her minutes here tonight for the Flames. 2 from 2. Abigail Curtin. Now with 6 points off the bench, and Sydney getting some good production off the bench. They've got 14 of their 37 points coming from players on the bench. Both teams in the penalty, so Forster at the free throw line for a couple. Two from 2 for Forster.
She's come in and had a really good impact for the Lynx.
Good job defensively and getting them set offensively. No miscommunication there. It's tipped out of bounds though by Clinch Hoycard, so it's going to stay with Sydney. 43 seconds to go in the half, 13 on the shot clock for Sydney. Curtin, hands off. Bradley fires. It's strong. Ends up with Nicholson. Bradley, guarded by Forster. Pulls up. Again is strong. Tipped out of bounds. Off of Perth, it's going to stay with Sydney, so another fresh shot clock for the Flames.
But I think Perth just doing a really good job there of taking away that middle lane and forcing them to the side.
Bradley sees the lane open, attacks it. It's strong on the layup attempt. Perth can hold for the final shot of the half, up by 9. It's with the captain Atwell. Clinch Hoycard from the corner, rattles in a 3. Sydney might get a shot off here. Nicholson pulls up just inside the half court. It's an air ball. That's going to do it for the first half. It was a very, very close game, but Perth pulled away there in the second quarter. They're now up by 12 at the half. They outscored Sydney in the quarter 28-14, so doubling up on Sydney. And Perth playing at the pace that they want, getting the stops defensively, allowing them, or I should say, enabling them to get out and run.
Yeah, I think, that's a really big thing. It's also hard to stay at pace for that entire time. If you're the team guarding them, you've got to try and, stick with them. So it's how long can you maintain that pressure on them, or what can you do to slow the ball down a little bit. So I think that's probably, when Sydney go into the dressing room, maybe what they'll talk about a little bit more, how to slow Perth down, and maybe force them to take some more outside shots and stop their trans.
Yeah, I think Perth are doing a really good job of getting the D board, and whoever gets the D board, they're just pushing it. Pushing it by either dribbling or pushing it by kicking it ahead, and they've got some nice runners. So I think, agreed, Des, that's a really key for Sydney in this halftime talk, is just, trying to stop the ball early.
What about offensively for Sydney? Because they did struggle a bit in that quarter there offensively. Where do you see opportunities or potential opportunities for them?
I mean, they could probably push it a little bit more in trans too. They've been quite structured in their offense, and they're just running sets. They were quite successful in the first quarter with getting the ball inside through the pick and rolls with Panousis and McSpadden. So I wouldn't mind to see a little bit more of that.
Well, let's see what adjustments both teams make at halftime. It is halftime here at Northside Indoor Sports Centre. It is 49-37, the Perth Lynx over the Sydney Flames, that 12-point lead. Let's take a break. Let's get some refreshments. We'll come back with halftime stats in the second half of action. Live from the River City Rebound, brought to you by Basketball Queensland and the Queensland government. back to the Northside Indoor Sports Centre, the River City Rebound. It's halftime. It's the Perth Lynx up 49-37 over the Sydney Flames. I am John Guarna. I'm joined by Despina Dickerson and former WNBL player Nadine Payne. Pretty interesting stat line. What's jumping out at the box scores?
Well, it's actually quite even between both teams, especially their three-point percentage, offensive boards and total boards. Perth is sitting at 27, Sydney is sitting at 26, and field goal percentage, Perth are only leading that by 10%. So it's really quite even, except.
Yeah, I think we've been working on this. Yeah.
Yes, well produced.
Yeah, but I think, just on the back of that, yeah, obviously very even, and we can see that. But the big difference is in fast break points. So Perth 11 to Flames 2. And, that's, we can see that throughout this game as well, that Perth really just like to push the ball. And for Sydney, I think coming out in this half, maybe Trans D is something that they're going to focus on and stopping that ball early.
And that's the way that Perth wants to play. So possibly, we talked about the halftime break. You're not necessarily sure if Sydney wants to get in that track meet because it kind of plays into the hands of Perth.
It does. We'll have to see. Because Guy's is rotating, so Sydney do have legs at the moment. So we'll see what they do. We'll see what they've talked about at halftime and how they come out.
Yeah, if you coach Ryan Petrick, though, you'd be pretty happy if you were him at the halftime break.
Yeah, absolutely. And Perth just looks so comfortable kind of playing in that style of play. I think they want teams, as you said before, they want teams to be able to try and match them and try to run with them, because that's, when you can add someone like McDonald who just plays with so much speed, you need to build a team around that can kind of keep with that pace as well.
It'd be interesting to see what adjustments are made at halftime from both of these teams. Sydney has a bit of work to do. Want to thank Basketball Queensland and the Queensland government for putting together the River City Rebound. And, of course, the Stream team on the amazing production. We got the second half underway. Perth is up by 12. There is Maley fading away and strong on the first attempt of the second half. And, of course, how could I forget the team at Big Voice Media, Stream team and Big Voice, putting together the production this weekend for the River City Rebound. Confident three-point shot there from Emma Clark. It's a big opening bucket to the half.
That looked really good.
There is McDonald to Goodchild in the corner. Clark fouled on the rebound by Maley. So good start to the half here for Sydney, getting a couple of stops and getting some points on the board.
I think it'll be nice to see Sydney get some points in the paint too. So Perth are currently leading that at the moment by 12 points. They've got 32 points in the paint in the first half. So it'd be nice to see Sydney get some looks in the paint too.
Here is Nicholson. Guarded by McDonald, gets that screen from McSpadden, pulls up short. Fights for the rebound. McDonald recovers it. And here is Perth on the run through Maley. Potter goes to the right hand, and that's strong.
Tough.
Again, it's just
Tough.
that the way they push the ball up the court gives them, numbers and yeah, it just really works for them.
Clark splits the double and gets the friendly roll. Talk about a tough basket. That one was pretty tough. Maley reverses it to Atwell, steps into a three. It's off the side of the rim. Tipped out of bounds off Sydney. It's going to stay with Perth. They got a fresh 14 on the shot clock. Feels like a little more energy out of Sydney to start the half, doesn't it?
I agree.
Particularly on this end.
The defensive. Oh.
McSpadden and McDonald come together with some heavy contact. Both players shaking up a little bit. Harry McDonald. And here it is on the replay. See McSpadden. And just another angle of the foul there. McSpadden with a hard shell. Both players gonna walk it off. Thankfully, everyone's okay.
Definitely got hit hard on that screen. Yeah. Both of them.
little bit of a different look there, though, from Sydney with that hard show from McSpadden. Again, really just not wanting McDonald to turn that corner on the screen.
Yeah, just trying to slow her down any way possible. And
I think that slowed her right down.
yeah, it did.
Yeah. But she's tough. She's back out there. It's a good child from the corner. Another one off the side of the rim, but she hustles to tip it to McDonald. And here's Potter going to work on the baseline. Good child again. This time it's good. There's a foul inside as Maley and Nicholson get tangled up. So Maley gets called for the hold on the fight for the rebound. The points will count. So the lead back up to 12, and that's Maley's third personal.
Ooh, it'll be interesting to see what Ryan does here if he leaves her on for a little bit longer.
I mean, it is preseason, so
Oh, it is
who
preseason.
knows, right?
Sure. Sorry, my competitive brain.
But you see how much effort that Maley puts in, fighting for the offensive rebound or positioning at least.
You almost expect that, she puts her body on the line that much, you kind of expect that fouls may come.
Little miscommunication there on the Flames. Ball goes out of bounds off McSpadden's foot. Here is McDonald getting the screen from Potter. Corner three for Atwell, but she steps out of bounds. Bit unfortunate because it was a good look. They really were looking for Potter there and just taking what the defense gave him, though. Panousis. Now McSpadden picks up the dribble, finds a cutting Nicholson.
Nice.
Clark, another three. Love that set there from Sydney. Goodchild has it, swings it for Potter. Now Maley turns around, drives baseline, a lot of attention. Atwell from the corner, strong.
Sydney definitely have picked up their intensity defensively.
Fighting over screens. Communicating too. I see a lot more communication out there from Sydney on the defensive end. Offensively though, they've got 6 seconds. Panousis decides to fire. Long rebound to Nicholson. Clark, great move. Finishes N1. Clark hit the deck pretty hard.
Yeah, tough landing, but a great drive.
And not intentional there from Potter. Certainly got her from the body. Was trying to block the shot. Just got there a bit late and cleaned her up with the hip.
Just a little miscommunication from Perth in that up the top there. Good finish.
Clark's picked up the scoring slack a little bit here in the third quarter for Sydney. She now has 15 points, making 16 to lead the Flames and lead all scorers in the game. So it's a 6-point game. Maley, offensive foul. She led with the forearm. That's the fourth, and Coach Petrick left her out there with the three. She's picked up the fourth, and you got to think Annalie Maley is going to have to sit on the bench for a little while now. And that was it's tough because you do kind of put the forearm up, but good defense drawing the foul. Bradley. Resetting now through Clark. Good job by Atwell defensively. Clark has to swing it out.
Oh.
Nice take, just short on the attempt from Rowe. And here's McDonald with it. Atwell catch and shoot. No good, but she's fouled on the attempt, so she'll get to the line for 3 shots.
And that's where they're really comfortable just pushing the ball up the court and kicking. McDonald is such a great creator, and again, that was a great shot from the corner there.
Love the look in transition and just a really subtle kind of cut and then reverse back out for Atwell to give herself that space to catch and shoot. And it forces the defense to react quickly, which draws the foul. I forget what, Nadine, you can tell me what the proper terminology is when you kind of fake the cut to the basket but then step back. That's not an Iverson cut. I forget what it is. It's kind of like a fade cut or something.
A V cut?
A V cut?
V cut, maybe. Who knows? Yeah.
I think
Anyway.
you're good with the fake cut.
Yeah.
All right. We'll call
The
it that.
people know what you mean.
I hope so. Most of the time they probably don't. Maybe on that one. McSpadden, jump shot. Atwell with the rebound. She wants to push up court. Atwell hesitates, goes right at McSpadden and gets fouled.
Nice. I'd like to see her get going in this third.
Where do you think Atwell can get going? Obviously, she's had a couple of good looks from three.
Mm-hmm.
That particular play, though, looked to get going from the rim.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the 3-point foul possession is actually a great play to get going. Like, if you haven't shot super well in the game, getting to the line, you see the ball go through the hoop, and it just, I don't know, it just makes you happy. You start feeling it, and then you just see she's just taken that in transition really confidently. So I'd say that kind of has started the ball rolling. Yeah.
All right, well, Atwell hit a couple more free throws. The lead back up to 10 for Perth. 5.5 to go in the third quarter. Clark, she's hitting up another three for Clark.
Feeling it.
Yeah, Perth's going to have to make some adjustments on Clark. Good catch and shoot for Clinch Hoykard, and she responds. Great look from Potter, also in a tough spot under the basket. Clark.
Right back at you. It was early, but she was feeling it.
Absolutely feeling it. McDonald reverses it. Gorman wants in on the three-party. She's denied. Sydney wants to slow it down a little bit and play some half-court offense. McSpadden hands off for Bradley. Bradley gets inside and finishes with the left. Lead is 5 for Perth. McDonald shakes, steps back, missed the three. Good chase down rebound by Clinch Hoykard and goes inside for Potter. She missed the left-hand shot.
Good defense in there by Lyra McSpadden.
And again, Sydney very intentional offensively. Miscommunication there. McSpadden and Hurst not on the same page, leads to a turnover. Forster, Morrell, and Goodchild check back in for Perth, and Williams checks back in for Sydney. Rowe also back in for Sydney. Nice cut along the baseline. Goodchild goes up with the left hand. Can't finish. Rowe hands off. Clark uses the fake, steps back, fades and hits.
Beautiful. Clark
really nice.
Clark is in her bag right now. She is feeling very comfortable on the floor right now, doing what she wants.
24 points for Clark. She is single-handedly getting Sydney back in this one. And she grabs a rebound. Bradley swings it. Clark steps back again. That one's short. Gorman wide open. Three no good. Williams chases down the rebound. Hurst steps back. Banks one home.
How many of these have we seen tonight?
I think that's the second one of the night, right?
That's the second one.
We're all tied at 61, though. So how about Sydney with the comeback here in the third? Goodchild lost it. She slipped up. Morel looking to go coast to coast, takes the bump, can't finish, but she'll get to the line for 2 shots. And we talked about it at the break. Sydney needs to change things up defensively. They really have clamped down defensively, and they are being absolutely methodical offensively, controlling the pace of this game.
Yeah, that's it. And as we said before, it's hard to play with that pace if you're Perth the entire game. Sydney had to kind of make some kind of change to slow them down, and I think they've done a really good job of that.
Yeah. What do you think it is, though, that is slowing down Perth?
I don't know. I feel like they've kind of gone away a little bit from their transition looks. But I don't know. A lot of their energy kind of goes with Maylee being on the bench too. So I guess it's just someone stepping up and hitting some shots, and hopefully Mila can bring that, because she's obviously got the 3 in her bag, and she's been getting to the rack really well this game too.
Well, it's hard to get out in transition when you can't get stops. At the moment, Sydney outscoring Perth in the quarter 25-12. Make it 28-12.
And I think as well, Sydney are hitting their shot now too. So there's, they're not getting Perth aren't getting as many rebounds, and it's not allowing them to kind of push the ball the way that they were before.
Flames now lead by 4. Gorman for 3. That's a good response. One of the few times in the quarter where Sydney was a little lost defensively, and Perth capitalizes. Bradley takes the handoff from Rowe. Steps into a 3 off the back of the rim. Goodchild has it. Perth wants to run. There's a foul inside. It's going to go against Hurst. It's the 4th team foul as McSpadden checks back in. And there is the blocking foul on the replay. Minute 7 to go in the third. 1-point lead for Sydney. They have really put it on Perth in this third quarter. Clinch Hoycard. She's been very nice off the bench for Perth. Draws the contact.
And she can do it all too. She can shoot the 3 and get to the rim. She's really athletic and really mobile for a big, which we love to see.
Former development player with Perth. Had a couple of seasons at the University of Hawaii. Not a bad spot to spend a few years for a university, is it?
Not a bad spot at all. I know someone that's been there.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. My dad went there. But yeah, good school and definitely a nice place to be. I'd like to spend some time there.
Couple of free throws gives Perth the lead now. It's a 1-point game. Here's Nicholson. Ends up with Bradley. Nicholson gets it back in the corner. 3 is up. It's off the side of the rim. Tipped around, recovered. Clinch Hoycard over to Forster now. Forster goes in and out. Morel, good pump fake, goes up with the floater. McSpadden kicks it for Nicholson. Got a 3-second difference between game and shot clock, so Sydney will work some clock here. Nicholson looking to go to work, draws the double team. Good hands. Deflected out of bounds by Forster. Sydney has 9 on the shot clock. Inbounds for McSpadden. Nice look inside.
Good play.
Beautiful. I think just going back to what you said before, and a great steal by Sydney there and a bucket to finish. What a way to finish the quarter out there and head into the fourth. But just going back to what you said about Sydney just being so much more methodical now about the way that they're playing offensively as well, and they're really limiting the chance for Perth to get those boards and push the ball down the court as well. So I think Sydney are really doing a great job offensively.
And can we just welcome everyone to the Emma Clark party? At halftime, she had 5 points. She had 19 points in the third quarter.
Damn.
So she went from 5 to 24 real quick. and that helped Sydney retake the lead. They're up by 3 at the quarter-time break, and I think, again, like you were saying, Des, controlling the pace, defensively picking up the intensity, but being that little more methodical really slowed Perth down.
I mean, you did ask before, what do you think it was, that Sydney is doing? And I think we found the answer in Emma Clark, right?
Yeah, and again, the thing that impressed me most with Clark, not just that she was able to score, but nothing was forced.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was in the flow of the game, and you could see as she started to get the confidence up, she's stepping into threes, and then other people, it opens things up for players like Bradley, for other players to step up and contribute as well. But Clark was so impressive in that third quarter.
Mm-hmm. And it was really simple stuff. And that's the beauty of basketball. And if you can keep it as simple as you can and just get a bucket, why not?
That's it.
Why not?
For Perth, though, how do you then kind of retake control of the tempo in this game? Do you really look to maybe get some pressure on the ball, maybe look to pick things up full court? What do you do to try and get the game back into the pace that you want to play it at?
Yeah, for me, I think if you're trying to play with pace, that energy and, effort all has to come on the defensive end. I think you start getting stops, you start kind of taking Sydney out of their rhythm. They're very comfortable right now. You start making them force errors. Then, you get the ball and you can push in transition and play the way that you want to play, but it all has to come from the defensive end.
Yep, I agree.
Defensively, let's see what Perth can do. Again, we'll mention it. They want to get up and down the court. They had a double-figure lead at halftime. They now trail by 3 and 10 minutes to go in this one. Let's see if Perth can come back into it or if Sydney will maintain the momentum. Bradley hesitated for a second. Long rebound recovered by Mila Goodchild. Goodchild dumps it for McDonald. Pump fake and layup is good. There you go. Stop and transition basket. Perth basketball right there.
They must have been listening.
Yeah, we should be what are we doing in commentary? We should be coaching. Bradley getting the offense set for Sydney. McSpadden takes a dribble, hands off for Nicholson. 3 on the shot clock. Nicholson fading away and rolls it in.
Great patience from Sydney. She did what she had to do, and Lauren did what she had to do there, and nice little bucket.
McDonald gets the screen from Maley. It's all the way inside to lay it in. She's been impressive.
Very impressive, and again, just really, really hard to guard. What do you do?
14 points now for McDonald. Maley gets another steal and goes all the way to the rim to lay it in.
And this is that energy that Perth need right now.
So Perth retakes the lead, up by 1. Bradley gets the screen from McSpadden, but they're going to call McSpadden for the blocking foul. I think referee Alex McEwen saw the little lean there from McSpadden, and that's going to be a foul all day, every day. And there it is. You see the little shuffle of the feet, the little hip jab. It's a foul.
Yeah.
You said, yeah.
It's hard. It's so hard on some of those screens because a lot of the time, I'm not saying that one was at all, but the timing is so crucial with the guard coming off with the screener and giving them enough time to be set. So that one was just a little unlucky for Lara.
Yeah, you really got to kind of be able to hold your balance again, straight to the cup.
She is so tough.
Well, that's
So
with her
quick.
offhand as well, right? So using the left hand, and we'll see it here on the replay, just crossing over to the right. You expect her to go left, and just catches the defense sleeping a little bit. And, she's proven to be really strong, Ari McDonald. This is now, I think, the third three-point play that she's completed in the night. She now has 21 points. Excuse me, 19 points. I'm trying to read ahead. My score sheet is a little bit behind. Good cut inside. Nice catch and finish from Williams. Sydney's had a bit of success running through McSpadden at that free throw line. Potter going to work, shuffled the 3-second call. And you know that Coach Malloy and the players have been working the referees for that 3 seconds, because we don't see that called all that often, do we?
No, I think there was only one other 3-second call tonight,
yeah.
and that was in the Townsville Adelaide game.
I actually think I would like to see them get rid of that rule. I think it would be quite good if you just were able to camp out in there if you really wanted to.
You reckon?
I do think so, because again, the defense would just have to adjust to it, wouldn't they? And it would just kind of open things up a little bit, in my opinion. Ooh. As McDonald again gets to the rim, misses.
Great board.
Beautiful rebound by Maley. Atwell wide open, strong on the 3. Panousis with the head up. Instead steps into a 3 and cans it. What a look there from Panousis. Coach Patrick not happy with that transition. Defense takes the timeout. What do you don't like you wouldn't like getting rid of that 3-second rule?
I don't think you can get rid of it.
Are you a big?
Yeah.
Are you in there working?
Me?
Are you in there grinding in that paint?
No, I'm over here grinding on the commentary bench.
I don't think you. That's too tough.
No, I think that's really hard. Imagine guarding. Yeah, no, I don't think so. That's very
for
hard.
10 seconds in there? Can you hold it for 10 seconds?
That would be hard, John.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I just think, again, just something a little bit different. You know, you have those players that could potentially camp out in there, and then it just forces the defense to make a decision whether you want to double, whether you want to guard one-on-one. Kind of opens things up on the perimeter, right? I know it's not going to change any time, but I'm just saying.
Does the guards need any more shots right now?
Yeah. And
do guards need any more shots?
That's true. What position do you play, Nadine? Yeah, okay. There we go.
I was honestly going to say it doesn't really give much space for the guards to then drive if the bigs are allowed to just camp in there.
True. They'd have to have a real nice float game or a one-dribble pull-up.
Yeah, too packed down there.
Doesn't mean that anyone is going to do it or camp out in there anyway, right? Like at the end of the day.
Oh, I definitely know some players that would camp out in there if that was allowed.
Yeah, just for a breather probably, right? Maley gets inside, strong on the layup attempt.
And Clark's doing it on both ends too. That was a really good board there.
Flames up by 1. Panousis goes away from the screen, then reverses it. Ends up with Williams. Back to the point guard, Panousis with 6 on the shot clock. Gets the McSpadden screen. Good read by McDonald, coming up with the steal. Nice bounce pass, but it's a little low for Mila to pick up.
The right idea.
Yeah, definitely the right idea. And you know what Perth is going to do immediately is look straight up the court. So unfortunate that one didn't fall through for them.
1 point lead for Sydney. About 6.5 minutes left in this game. Panousis hit one before. That one is off the side of the rim. Atwell has it. Goes right at McSpadden. That's a tough finish.
A really great finish.
1 point lead. The team's trading the lead now. Back and forth we go, approaching the 6-minute mark. McSpadden finds Clark open for 3. Maley another rebound. Goodchild from the wing. It's short. Coach Malloy, I think, wants a timeout. He'll get one at the next whistle. McSpadden inside for a cut at Clark. That's a great look.
Very
great
easy.
recognition by Lara too to make that feed.
Maley gets fouled on the baseline drive. And again, probably one of the unsung aspects of Lara's game is that vision that you have from that high, that extended elbow. It's a real weapon. You draw the big away from the basket, and to be able to pass out of that elbow extended is a real skill. And when you have players like Nicholson, like Clark, who are willing to cut to the basket, it is a real weapon for you.
But I think also it's going to be, really great for Lara when she gets, Kayla George in as well. Like, to be able to pass to someone like that too is a great thing. They're going to be very tough in the paint there together.
Yeah, I hope that they do get a chance to play on the court together in that big to big, sister to sister kind of action. And I would assume their offense would look a little bit different too with them on the court, because there's not a lot of high-low looks right now, but they don't really have the personnel for that at this time in preseason.
And Perth has scrapped themselves back into this one, trailing by 1 after a tough third quarter for Perth. They are now pretty even. Again, Sydney had a big third quarter, but the offense has definitely slowed down for both teams. Coach Petrick, when I was talking to him in the pregame, he did say he did wonder if his team was going to be able to run for the full 4 quarters, but they seem to be going okay. Again, Sydney made that adjustment at halftime to really control the pace, and Perth, I think, has done a better job offensively in the half court in this fourth quarter. Unfortunately, they turned it over on the baseline out of bounds. And again, here we see Sydney being methodical. McSpadden finds a cutting Panousis. And again, there you see that action off the elbow.
And the thing is, you can't leave Lara either. I mean, if you left her there, she would have just driven.
Clinch Hoykard. That's about the second or third we've seen her hit from that wing there. Tied at 80. Another nail biter here. 2 great games of WNBL action here for you at the River City Rebound. McSpadden on the baseline, a little short. Clark, though, there to clean it up, and 1. She's fired up. The Flames are fired up.
Just Clark again doing it. She does it on both ends, but I think she's really been kind of the heartbeat for the team tonight, and just really working.
Yeah, leading all scorers with 28 points. Doing it efficiently as well. 11 of 17 from the field, 5 of 7 from 3. So getting the shots up, but hitting them at a high clip. And there's McSpadden cleaning up the miss. 4-point lead for Sydney. About 4 minutes to go in this one. Atwell hits from deep. It's a big basket, cuts the deficit to 1. Nicholson. Now McSpadden has it. Takes a dribble, hands off for Clark. Gets it back. McSpadden fouled on her way to the basket. She's going to get to the line for 2 shots, and that's a nice little wrinkle out of that elbow action for McSpadden.
Yeah, with the elbow action, you have so many different looks off it too, so it's all just a read and react thing, just depending on what the defense does. I quite like it. Yeah, as a player, I quite like it.
Well, it gives you options as a big, because it puts the ball in your hand and makes you a decision maker, doesn't it? Lara hits that first one. Spadden having herself a good one here. Now with 13 points to go, with 7 rebounds and 5 assists as well.
Wow.
Both free throws good for Lara McSpadden, pushing the lead out to 3.
She's trying to get on your post-game commentary, John.
Well, we did tell her she had to put numbers up, and she's certainly putting them up. I think, to be fair, if we didn't have Clark on, if Sydney wins, I think it would be a robbery.
I think that's fair.
All right.
That's fair.
I mean, you choose. We'll let you choose if you like, Nadine. So.
No. You're good. As long as you give Lara a shout out, because she's working in there.
Yeah, she is, and we'll make sure that whoever it is that we talk to, we'll see. Because there's a lot of basketball to play. 3:30 to go. Only a 3-point game. We could be talking.
We could be talking to one of the Lynx.
I
actually just thought that too.
So we'll see, because this game is far from over. I really love the preseason action because it gives you an opportunity, and it gives us as fans to see some of the players that we may not necessarily see too much of in the regular season. And both of these teams kind of regrouped a little bit and reloaded in the offseason. So, a couple familiar faces for both groups, but a lot of new faces as well.
Yeah, and I think especially if you are one of those players that doesn't really see too much time during the regular season, this is the best opportunity for you to kind of show what you can do and what you can offer, and potentially work your way into a bigger role.
Yeah, well, I mean, and you never know what happens during the season. The season's like quite a long season, and there's always injuries that pop up and little niggles, so there's always opportunity there. It's just who's ready to take it and who's kind of earned it.
And the preseason also is an opportunity for those players who may not be expected to play a lot of minutes to really earn themselves those minutes as well. Not just what you do on the court, but how you prepare, how you compete in practice as well and in that preseason. So, we've seen it time and time again. Those players that really put the work in and put that effort in, rewarded with minutes in the regular season. McDonald comes up with the steal. Ooh. Lost it on the way to the basket, but is fouled, and she'll get to the line for 2 shots. And Erin McDonald has been impressive tonight, a real weapon for Perth heading into the WNBL season.
Yep, I think she's been a great pickup by Perth. I think she'll add a lot of value to their team and really suits with the style of play that they are trying to do.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, if their style of play is pace, which is to play with pace, which is obviously what we've seen here tonight, she's the best match for that. She's so fast and just, again, really hard to guard.
And not to look forward too far ahead, but remember, this is a 3-game preseason event for the 4 teams that are here. So just looking ahead to the games on Saturday, Adelaide, who we saw earlier, will take on Sydney in that first game. That one's at 5 p.m., followed by Perth and Townsville at 7 p.m. Bit of a rematch from the semifinals in the WNBL last season. Atwell catch and shoot, hits the bottom of the net. Atwell getting hot at the right time, gives her team a 1-point lead. Here's Nicholson coming off the screen. Nice little hesitation. They get her for the hook. Nicholson looked a little confused at the call, but it's her 4th personal, and good defense, though, by Perth.
Yeah.
A 1-point lead for the Lynx. McDonald with it. Finds Goodchild, who drives baseline. And she gets called for the charge. Good help defense there from Rowe, stepping over on the baseline and drawing the contact. And here it is on the replay. Stepped right up.
Yeah, that's a charge. Great position.
Goodchild was a little bit out of control there, which helped the referees make a call. I thought Rowe might have been a little bit late, maybe didn't have the feet set, but
I tend to agree, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I feel like she wasn't. I feel like she kind of went into Mill a little bit there. Yeah.
And look at Perth
but
picking
that's
up.
Just
lucky I'm not a ref.
Yeah.
Lucky I'm not a ref.
Yeah.
1-point game, 2:25 on the clock. One could come down to the final possession again. Panousis finds McSpadden. McSpadden back to Panousis now, who steps back and fires. Atwell grabs the rebound and wants to run. Swings it, McDonald inside. Good read by McSpadden. Under 2 minutes to go in a 1-point game. Flames trailing. Panousis gets the screen, reverses it to Nicholson, who drives and pulls up for the jump shot and hits. Flames back up by 1. McDonald goes away from the screen and finishes a tough right-handed layup. Clark favoring that left calf. Let's hope it's just the cramp. She's going to walk off to the bench and get subbed out. Bradley going to check back in. Let's hope it's nothing more than just the cramp. Keep an eye on it. Flames trail by 1. The teams are trading the lead here with 1:30 to go. Nicholson reverses it now. McSpadden has it. Takes a dribble, hands it back. Nicholson for 3, hits. Flames now up 2.
Big shot by Loz.
1:15 to go in the game. Maley fakes the handoff and goes to work. Atwell double teamed. Thought she was fouled. Goes out of bounds though. Coach Petrick can't believe there is no call. His team trails by 2, approaching the 1-minute mark. Panousis gets inside around the defense and lays it in.
That was lovely. She had a nice little hesitation there and straight to the cup. Beautiful.
Perth needs a basket here. They turn it over though. Good hands by Rowe. Goes right at Maley, puts it up and doesn't get it to fall. Maley's there for the rebound. Kick ahead early. Atwell catches, fires, and rattles it in. A 1-point game with 33 seconds to go. Bradley under pressure. Atwell comes up with the steal. She steams to the basket, flips it in, and a 1-point lead for Perth. The captain stepping up in the biggest moments here for Perth. They have that 1-point lead with 21 seconds to go.
She said, let me put you guys on my back right now. I'm going to do this. And, I think she's doing a really great job. Just that spark and that hustle. Her shots are dropping. Doing a really great job.
Yeah. I think that's really what they needed. I really wanted her to get going, and she has, so.
She started really quiet,
she
really
did.
slow, but now has 17 points on 5 of 12 shooting. And, man, Perth really steamed home here now. They have a 1-point lead. Sydney with possession, though, 20.8 seconds to go on the clock. If you're Sydney here, do you feel like they need to get a quick shot, or do you think they could take some time to get a good shot?
I think for them, they'll probably work the ball around and try to get a good shot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. They're pretty methodical. They've been methodical all game, so I feel like they'll go with a structured set and just a good, solid option. Guy's got his whiteboard out.
Do you wait for I know it's preseason, so there's not really a lot on the line. Do you maybe just hold for the one final shot and you put it all in that one-shot basket?
Well, this is why preseason's also so great, is because you get in-game situations like this. So I'm sure Guy and the Sydney Flames have specific sets for being 1 point down with 20 seconds to go. So it's just a good opportunity to practice it, because you really don't get opportunities like this a lot.
Let's see what Sydney can come up with. Bit of pressure from Perth. Panousis has it. Gets the screen from McSpadden. Finds a cutting row. Stripped by McDonald. It's going to stay with Sydney. 2.8 seconds to go. Let's see what Sydney can do on the baseline, out of bounds. Down by 1 with 2.8 seconds to go. Again, you talk about situations. This is like the perfect situation here. Trailing by 1, baseline out of bounds. It's going to be Clark inbounding for Sydney. Finds Nicholson. Catches, takes a dribble, fading away short, and that's going to do it. Perth Lynx come away with the 1-point win. What a finish in this game.
Yeah, very, very exciting. I mean, it's only preseason, so not too disappointing for the Flames, but that was a really great game to watch. Just so much energy and so much effort offensively, defensively. But yeah, I mean, both teams have a lot, more firepower to kind of add to each side, but from that, pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was good to get a look at the new imports too. I haven't seen them play before for Perth. And yeah, just looking at the different Sydney fit, again, like we said, they still have a lot of players to add, but really exciting for Sydney. Emma Clark played really well for Sydney, so that's really promising signs for her.
Yeah, and if we just have a quick look at the stats here, we have Erin McDonald. She had 22 points tonight. She had 4 rebounds and 5 assists and 2 steals. Also can't go past the captain, Amy Atwell, with 17 points. She had 5 rebounds and 1 assist. But you definitely cannot go past the efforts of Emma Clark, who Nadine just mentioned. She had 28 points. She had 11 rebounds and an assist there to add to her tally. And we'll just go down to the court there with John Guana. He's got Amy Atwell with him.
Amy, really good win. How do you rate that performance from the group?
Yeah, it was a bit of a struggle at times. I think it was a good first hit out for us. Sydney's a great opponent, obviously missing some pieces as well. But yeah, proud of the girls for grinding it out in the end.
A lot of new faces. Erin McDonald, one of those new faces. She was really impressive. What are your thoughts on her?
Oh, she's amazing. Jet quick, and she just finds you when you don't even think you're going to get the ball. So, and obviously can get to the rim herself as well. So she's a great pickup for us, and I'm just excited to see what she can do.
And it is preseason, obviously getting to play other WNBL teams. What do you want to take out of this preseason opportunity for you and the group?
Just a bit more gel and chemistry for us, I think. I think that's kind of everyone's focus coming in is more on us than necessarily the opponent. And as you said, it's a really new team for us. So just playing with some new faces and getting the girls together.
And I know you just finished the one game, but next up you got Townsville. What do you think you guys need to do to get that W?
Yeah, we'll have to play a lot better defense than we did tonight, I think. But yeah, one day at a time, just try to be 5% better every game.
Great. Thanks for chatting with us, and a great win for you guys. Enjoy.
Thank you so much.
All right, back to you guys.
Yeah, I think both teams are going to have, a lot more, again, as we said before, a lot more to add to each side. But what we saw from Perth tonight was pretty great. I love the way that they play with such pace, and they held it for majority of the game too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can tell that they've done a lot of work in preseason with that, and yeah, it's exciting. I'm really excited to see how Perth go in the next couple of preseason games, and just see what they decide to change up defensively. They obviously let Sydney score in the 90s too, so again, both teams scoring in the 90s. Again, it's preseason, we're figuring it out, but yeah.
I was really impressed with both those teams. When you think about, the players that they had out, but also all of the new pieces, I think both teams have a really good foundation to build off of out of that first game. And what a great first night of the River City Rebound preseason event. 2 really, really close games, both coming down to the final possession for the teams and with an opportunity to win. And if this is what we're going to expect all weekend, you definitely do not want to miss the action. Don't forget, we are back here on Saturday. All 4 teams will be out in the community doing community events across Brisbane to promote the great game of basketball and, of course, the excellent WNBL action we have ahead of us in the upcoming season. What a great first night. Don't forget, though, Saturday night we're back in action. It's 5 p.m. Adelaide taking on Sydney, followed by Perth and Townsville at 7 p.m. Guys, this was a lot of fun. I can't wait to do it again on Saturday. I don't think we're going to have you, Nadine. Nadine, what did you think of your first opportunity to commentate? I know you were a little anxious and nervous to start, but it was a lot of fun and not too bad, hey?
It was fun. Hopefully I was all right to listen to, so thanks for bearing with me. But yeah, I had a good time, and hopefully I'll be back one day with you guys and talk hoops.
Well, we really appreciate you joining us. Des, of course, always a pleasure to commentate with you. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Don't forget, though, Saturday night, 5 and 7 p.m. Want to give a big shout-out to the stream team and, of course, Big Voice Media. And we got to thank Basketball Queensland and the Queensland government for putting on this amazing River City Rebound event. We'll be back on Saturday night at 5 and 7. Hope to see you here. If not, we'll see you on the Basketball Queensland YouTube channel. Thanks, everyone.